Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another recording. Today, we're going to be doing a build and drive. Two different videos. One, we're going to build the truck. The other one, we're going to drive the truck. Jon Ruda has a new updated version of his Freightliner Classic XL. And he's done a lot of changes to it. And we're going to go ahead and build the truck, and then we're going to go ahead and drive it later on. Excuse me. Lot of good, solid updates. He went from 7.5 to 8.2, and a lot of new updates here. You can change the cab configuration. You don't have to have the aerodynamic cab. You can turn it into more of a flat top cab. So there's a lot of really good updates. Personally, I'm more of a, I like to prepare myself for not only like 80,000 pound loads, but also 100,000 plus. So I like to have a triaxle on my truck just in case I'm going to do anything over 80,000 pounds. Usually I don't have an oversize sign on the front of my bumper because you never know when you're not going to do oversize. But it's a little bit heavier than 80,000 pounds. So usually I don't have an oversize sign on the front of my truck. But what we're going to do here today is just go through the entire list here and just build out the truck. So first I'm going to go ahead and start with the triaxle. I think with the Freightliner Classic, I'm going to go ahead and just do a single tire stretched 8x4 chassis. So I can do later on in the video, we're probably going to go ahead and do a heavy haul cattle drive trailer. So that'll work out just fine. Usually that's right around 110 to 120,000 plus pounds. So having that extra triaxle definitely will help out. So we'll go ahead and change it to that. Whoops, we gotta do the, low version. But we can go ahead and do this version and then go ahead and switch it to the 70 mid roof, which definitely, in my opinion, looks just way better. Plus, we can fit anything we want here. So that definitely looks, in my opinion, much better. Now, just to keep it more, correct, I would like to do either the Cat C15 6NZ or do the Detroit 60 series, which I'm probably going to stick to Detroit because that's mostly what Freightliner does. Unfortunately, we don't have a DD15 mod out yet, so we're probably going to have to just go ahead and deal with the 60 series straight pipe. This Detroit Series 60 straight pipe is actually Slav Jerry's. It goes all the way up to 900 horsepower at 2850 foot-pounds of torque. So we're going to go ahead and select that one. I haven't really added any of my transmissions that I normally use in this game because there's always a big variation between differential and ratios and all that kind of stuff. I really haven't got around to changing that yet, which I definitely will, but for now we'll just go ahead and deal with the 3.6 18-speed retarder for our heavy haul moments. So we already picked our cab, we already picked our chassis, we picked our engine and our transmission. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the interior. Now I'm looking more of a blackout. I want a blackout truck. I think that the Classic XL, this version, will look better as a blackout. So we're going to go ahead and go with the black interior. We also have different other options. The black and brown, which kind of makes the side panels here brown. More of a tan look to it. Personally, I kind of like the black. So we'll just go ahead and leave it black. So we will leave the interior version. We were just looking to change the color. We will go ahead and change everything else later on in the video. So now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. That's a lot of nodes. So um, we're going to go ahead and change the bumper. So everything that has been new 8.0 is everything that he has updated. So you can do different variations of bumpers. This one's pretty nice. I more or less like where the fender matches the bumper. Kind of looks, better in my personal opinion. But with Jon Ruda, what I like about his stuff is you can also have these fog lamps if you want to use them. You go far down the list, uh, apparently a little bit further up, and you will see his fog lamps. Okay, and you could just basically go ahead and just put those in, either one you want, and they fit nicely within that slot. Okay, and you can have yourself some, fog lamps, some extra lights if you choose. Um, Personally, I'm not a fan. Um, they're not uh, as bright as I would like to be, or as I would like them to be. But I'm not 100% a fan of that. I personally, my favorite bumper would be this one right here, because it fits more of the curve of the fender, in my personal opinion. You know, go ahead and get rid of that. Uh, I think that tends to look much better. Um, you can also change the fenders of the truck now, which has more of a, like a Peterbilt 379 look to it, which personally I'm not a fan of. Other people may, think differently and go ahead and have that option. But personally, I'm more of the stock look of the truck, um, which would be this look right here. So first, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and choose my color. Usually 9 times out of 10, I usually choose one of the paint schemes that Jon has available here, if I can find it. It's in here somewhere. I think it's more towards the top, to be honest with you. Yeah, there it is. I usually choose, this look, and go with more of a teal application, and tends to, look really good. But this time I was looking more of a blackout version. So we're going to go up to the custom metallic color and choose black. Just straight up black, 100%. Every color. Looks very glossy, when you do that. Looks really good for me, personally. So I've already pretty much done all of this. I didn't finish the truck. I wanted to finish the truck with you guys watching. So we're going to go ahead and finish that out. So another addition he has done is the chrome piece right below the headlight. You can also now click on the classic version, and now you can have lights just below the headlights, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I think that'll just make the truck pop even more. I'm more of a clear glass type guy. I'm not a big fan of the orange lens, especially on black trucks. It just makes the white lens just makes the truck pop even more. Also, I'm more of a lollipop light turn signal guy too, and probably every one of my trucks has a lollipop sticking out of the side of the fender. I just like that kind of stuff. Everybody's different. Everybody likes their own niche, I guess, or their own way of having their truck. But more of a clear lens. Once again, you can have the orange lens if you want. But I'm more of a of a clear lens guy. So we'll go ahead and choose that. And then and it also says side left LED. So just keep in mind that if you choose the right, it's going to have the red in the front. That is your indication that you're not correct. So turn that around. The red should be in the back. And there you go. I'm also going to put a strip of lights on the bottom here. And it's going to be the same lights here. You just go down your list. I have a lot of light options. So trying to find Jon's lights is quite a challenge. There we go. Just skip one, and just keep going down the line. I definitely like Jon's update to this truck. It definitely, the truck stands out more now. And it's definitely a much more enjoyable build. One of the reasons why I wanted to showcase the truck on my channel. Anyway, you also have the option of doing oversized signs if you want. But to keep it more legal, we'll click on this node right here and put a license plate on it. Alright. If you were to put an oversize, you would, it would cover your license plate, which is fine, just whatever it takes to stay legal, As far as headlights, you have an array of options. I usually go with this one here, and then you can actually go with the outer band of the headlights and choose to put in a running light. I'm going to go ahead and put in the white running light right there on the bottom. Kind of makes the truck pop and look really good. You can also choose to put turn signals on there, the old stock turn signals that the classic XL is known for. But I'm not a big fan of them, and obviously I can't take them off now, so I guess I'm stuck with them. Whoop, there we go. There we go. So now we can do more grill. So he's put a large amount of grills and grill options in here now. Do the old reinforced 3-bar. That always looks really good. I used to do this one a lot, and then put the old bullhorn on the front, which usually makes the truck look really good. But I think I'm going to pass on doing that this time. I think I want to try to do something around in here. I don't know. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run with that, and then put the bullhorn there. That looks pretty good. I'm not a big glamour, lot of chrome type guy. I like to minimize at least a little bit of chrome. I am a paint guy. I like to have more paint than chrome. Everybody's different when it comes to that, but I think I like this Freightliner logo more than the rest, but he also added some more. So everything that says new 80 is brand new to his truck. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go with the chrome duck. And he also has new bug deflectors in here if you choose to have those. I choose not to. Popsicle lights hanging off of the mirrors. We'll do that here in a minute. I'm going to change the mirrors. So if I do it now, it's just gonna change it. More of an aerodynamic side fairing to the side of the hood. I usually like to do the chrome option, and that tends to pop really good and look really good, but there's a lot of options there. Next, you could do the mirror, the hood mirrors. I'm not really big fan of the hood mirrors. They tend to steal a lot of FPS. So we're going to go ahead and skip that. Freightliner logo on the side of the hood, that's brand new. I don't think he ever had that before this update, but you can now. So this truck's going to be more of a heavy hauler, but not too heavy haul. I'm not going to do much over 110, 120,000. So we'll just go ahead and stick with the standard Alcoa wheels, which are right about there. And then I like to do the Continentals. They tend to pop and look really well. And as far as hub cap, we can just do the standard Freightliner, and then we can do the warhead or the spike. We'll go ahead and just keep with the spike. And this one is the Freightliner mud flap for the front. Alright, so you got a bunch of options here. You can do the chrome, or you could do the stock paint. He's got another one here where it goes down to the floor, which looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and choose to just do the regular black. I don't know why I'm lagging out all of a sudden. Let's see here. Go ahead and do one of these side fairings. That looks pretty good. I like that. Let's see here. Was it chrome long, which is yeah. That's if you're planning on keeping the fairings on the truck, which I'm planning on not doing. So we'll have to choose the option that is not going to have that. There we go. So that looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and add some of the lights. And like I said, I like the clear lens. So we'll just go ahead and go with the clear lens here. And just go up the side here, skipping one. And usually right about here is about 4 lights, and then here's about maybe 4 to 5, maybe 6. I don't want to do too many lights, because then it just becomes a little overwhelming. I do like chicken lights, but sometimes it just becomes a little too much. There we go. You click on another load just to see how it looks, on another node to see how it looks. And that looks really good. I like that. We'll go ahead and keep that. I apologize for the lag. I don't know what's causing that. Let's see here. And we'll just do the exact same thing on the other side. Did I start with the first node, or did I start with the second node? I think I started with the second node. Let's see here. Yeah, I started with the first. Okay. Alright. There we go. And this side is the side I think I started with the second. Yeah, I started with the second. Just want to make sure everything is exactly the same. And then we end with the last node. So there you go. That's looks much better. Alright, this we're gonna paint the same color as the truck. I don't think that's too important. I think we'll go ahead and leave it the way it is. That, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it the way it is. And he also has new air filters and air filter light covers. So I'm going to do more of the chrome / paint scheme, which is going to be something more like that. The cover on the front I'm definitely going to want to do as paint. And there we go. So kind of, keep the chrome to a somewhat of a, tone down, but not too far. Alright, usually Jon's lights on the air filter, he already has the red ones in the back. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather choose it myself, but I don't get that option. So, again, keep with the theme, but he does have one that has a visor. So on the air filter, we'll do the clear lens with the visor. There we go. And it's all the same on both sides. So we'll take a look at this again and make sure, yep, it's what I wanted. You can change the height and style of the actual intake of the air filter. You could do more of a lower to a higher and change the color. I think that looks pretty good. Alright. Next, you could do your own logo on the side of the truck. Okay. Let's change the steps. I think we're going to stay with the chrome steps and change the fuel tank to a painted tank. Usually I like to have the chrome end caps as well, but I don't know if he has that option. But I may just stay with the chrome. That might look a little bit better. Anyway, let's see here. Stacks. Now he's got quite a options for these stacks. You could do the standard stock options, or I think you can go all the way up to a an 8. I was gonna say 10, but he has an 8. I am going to keep them chrome. I'm not going to do a side flow this time. I think I'm going to do the chrome curved 45. And I think that would look much, much better on this truck. You can even do a shorter version, I believe. But I think that looks really, really good. Alright. So next we're going to mess with the mirrors. Let's see the style. There we go. Alright. So you can mess with the style of mirror. You know, I think it also comes to where the mounts come to, like right here. I like it right here so I'm not sitting so far, you know, back to see the mirrors. So I'm going to stick with this style but change the color of the actual mirror. And then put a window or a cat's eye, fish eye on the bottom. I'm going to do that painted. There we go. And then we are going to leave that chrome. And that's going to look really good, in my opinion. And then we do the lollipop and turn signal, keeping with the clear light theme. It's just a bunch of junk. That's just what is it, tinted? Oh, I'll do a little bit of a tinted. The visor's gonna hang down, so that's kind of useless. But do some antennas. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. So let's jump up here. That way we can get to the top of the truck. All right, so different visors. I don't think he updated any of his visors. I think they're all pretty much the same. I do want to remain chrome on this one. We can go, I don't know if we want to do that one. That one doesn't leave a lot of room for visual. You know, probably hangs down a little too much for my taste. I think we'll stick with this one. Give us a nice visor, but also still give us plenty of visual. Let's see what else. I'm kind of surprised that that's the only visor she's got. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with this one. And I thought that this truck would look really good with a painted visor. I'm kind of making my decision here on how I want it to look. Let's take a look at the painted version of it. And then we have the white lights up here. So you can, my decision is whether I want to do the lights on top of the cab, or just leave it without the lights on top of the cab and do the lights on the visor. That's kind of been the decision I've been really thinking. We'll do a red interior light. Let's see. Let's just do the lights on the visor. So to be able to see every node on the visor, I'm going to have to go to the walking view. And once again, skipping one node. There we go. That'll look pretty good, I imagine. Yeah, that looks really good actually. I like that. I don't know why he's facing that direction, but okay. There we go. That looks really, really good. So I think we're gonna go ahead and just do the painted. And maybe chrome. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to skip the lights on the roof. You know, you can even do a light bar, you know, that turns on when you turn the brights on. And that actually does look pretty good. I actually like that. Plus it is pretty bright when you turn the brights on. So we might just go ahead and roll with that, unless it's in the way of the light bar I do want to put on the truck. For when I do heavy haul. And it is in the way. So we'll just go ahead and just go without it. There we go. So I do a lot of heavy haul. I mean, I'm going to want to do heavy haul, so I'm going to want to go ahead and choose some caution lights for this truck. You just click on the node, and I got the wheeling mod, so you can have the wheeling lights that go with it. Let's pick the lower one. There we go. So pick pretty much the same node, but on the other side, and there you go. So when you do heavy haul, you have the caution lights that you need. And like I said, the only reason why I don't have heavy haul flag on the front is I don't always heavy haul. So besides having to go back to a shop to put it on when I choose to finally do heavy haul with the truck, I just keep it off. And it is a video game after all. Alright, so you can put more light nodes on your mirrors if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. If he would have given us the option to put the wheeling lights on it, I would have done it, but he did not. He's only allowing us to do his lights, which is perfectly fine. That's not an issue. I'm just going to leave it without lights for FPS issues. Let's see here. Do the air horns. I do not know why that my computer's lagging all of a sudden. I'm going to have to fix that. Let's see here. You can also do the wing if you want to, but it gets in the way of the light bar. So I'm not going to have that on there. And I don't think this truck looks good with it. So certain trucks look good with that wing, but there's also trucks that, yeah, it's just like, nah, we're just not going to do that. Alright, so rear sleeper lights. I'm going to go ahead and do the 6. Just get as many lights on there, back there as you possibly can. Now, the one criticism I do have with the truck is the headache rack. It just sticks out too far from the cab, from the back of the cab. You should just like scoot it back and have it fairly flush up against the back here. When I do a headache rack, I like to make sure that I have steps that go up to it, make it kind of more realistic. I do wish that his headache rack on this truck went a little further back. But, you know, it is what it is. I do want a headache rack back here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just kill these lights. There's no point in having them back there if you have a headache rack. I'm going to take those off as well. Not putting those back on. Let's choose a better headache rack. I was hoping you'd have a painted version. There we go. Alright. And the air hoses will be in a different spot here in a moment. Alright, we're going to go to this view. Just make sure that we've hit all the nodes that we wanted to hit. Alright, so now this is where we change all that. I'm going to go ahead and go to Chrome for the middle frame plate. And we're going to paint the frame, paint the air tanks, or maybe even chrome. Chrome would probably look pretty good. Oh yeah. There we go. And once again, he's got new toolboxes for the side of the truck, and I'm definitely going to want those to be chrome. So now, as a flatbed, heavy haul type of situation, when you want to get access to your headache rack, you can via your steps here on the side, which, in my opinion, as a truck driver, that's essential. You don't really want to step on your... What is with the lag all of a sudden? You really don't want to step onto your trailer and step onto your, frame plate and then access. You mainly want to have access to it via the side frame steps. So we'll go ahead and put those on. And there is an option in here to put the somewhere, I thought, to put your air hoses in the center here. So I'm assuming that that's a separate node. Don't do that. That's kind of weird. I wonder where that went. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put on that fender. Now, he does have options to change to his rim. If you guys don't know, use 4 8x4 triaxle. I mean, this is kind of confusing, but it is for this application chassis option. You just click on it. The wheel fits perfectly now. You don't really have a option for tire, so that's, you kind of have to just deal with it. Change that to more of a black. And I'm going to leave the rim. I'm hoping that's the shiniest wheel option he has. Maybe this one. There we go. Okay. I'm really not into that doll look. Alright, so next we're just going to pick our cap for it. And our theme is the spike. So there you go. Unfortunately, that's a Goodyear tire, and we can't change it even though we're doing Continentals. He doesn't have a Continental option, which is fine. Not a big deal. Alright, so he has also integrated the hog belt. I'm not a big fan of hog belt. I'm more of, the show truck style fenders. So we're going to go ahead and roll with that. Or this option. Yeah, I like that option better. That looks much, much better. Wow, I'm going to have to figure out why my computer's lagging so bad. Maybe I have an update that I don't realize is needing to be done. Kind of wondering why my airlines are still staying in that position. That's a real pain in the rear. Huh. I'll go ahead and figure that out later when I'm not recording. Let's go ahead and change the rear tires. Let's yeah, go with more of the bigger one. So make sure I have all the correct options, and then Continental, spikes, along with the Freightliner cap. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like the old-fashioned looks. I do have the ATX American Racing options that I mainly use for, you know, heavy haul applications, and I just think that this truck would look good. With the lack of chrome on the rest of the truck, I think the chrome rims would look much better than any of the other options, in my personal opinion. So since we have the lights here on the fenders, we're going to go ahead and go with this option here. And then license plate, click on that, and throw a license plate there. So this truck is pretty much complete with the freaking lag. Pretty much complete on the outside. And that looks absolutely fantastic. I love this update so far, except for the, you know, I'll have to figure that out later anyway. So that looks good. Now we're going to go to the interior portion of the build. Alright, so the node's up here. I don't, what is that? Decal? Yeah, that's some sort of Jon Ruda Russian thing. I usually do, since I'm Native American, I usually do the Dreamcatcher and CB radio. That's already been done. Alright, GPS. Rather keep it up there. That'll be perfectly fine. I think we're gonna skip those options. This is a good option to have, just to, you know, keep your mileage and all that tracked, because this truck doesn't, you know, it has the mileage down here, but it doesn't really work. So he keeps it all up there. More of an ATS thing than a real life thing. Let's see here. What is this? This is the filters. And other options that don't involve the interior of the truck. Alright. So steering wheel, I really like these options here. I'm not really a fan of anything else as we get down, you know. I mean, something like this would look pretty good. Just so you can see your instrument panel, you know, much better. So I think we'll go ahead and roll with that. Alright, you can change your gauges, the outline of your gauges. We'll go with that one. Change the color and do like a carbon look to it. Or just do the straight up paint, which I'm going to do the straight up paint. I don't know why the outside nodes can be seen from the inside, but that's okay. I don't really do all this kind of stuff. I kind of just tend to leave it. And then the shifter options are going to be that one, I guess. Click on this, and one Coca-Cola can and one Pepsi can. There you go. Alright, shifter options. He's got a lot of them. I'm more of the... I tend to do the wide shaft with the... I don't know what to call that. Just make sure that all my options have been... Now here's an option in the truck that I kind of question. I mean, if you had a smaller sleeper, then having your TV right here would make more sense. But if you're driving and you're watching TV, that's bad. That's real bad. So that's kind of funny. But anyway, the cabinet options. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Do a flag. And, is there a Detroit Diesel one? There's a Cummins and a Cat. Yep, they're right there. Put a pillow there just for shits. We can put, you know, let's do something a little bit more manly since I'm a man here. Let's do truck and driver. And the American flag, which I always do on the back. And we'll call that side of the interior done. Let's see here. So now you have, with Jon, you have some carpet options. I'm going to do the black, obviously. But you can't do the red marble, white marble, the wood option now. So he's getting more into that kind of stuff now, apparently. Being able to put wood and marble on the floor rather than just carpet. Give yourself more carpet options. So that's pretty much it. The interior's done. The exterior is done. Everything looks complete. So I will go ahead and lag the hell out. Purchase the truck. Go to my home. I really wish it would stop lagging. Go to my home yard and click on the free space I have. If you guys can tell, there's the cab over. There's big red. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but I have a smaller, you know, non-triaxle 80,000 pound governed truck, W900 that I call red. And she's right there. And then Big Red is my heavy haul, bigger engine, bigger everything. She's even got the oversized load there. And then you guys saw my last video was the 379 short hood right there. I'll put the classic right there. And then we'll go out of this, access my garage, go in, if it'll stop lagging so much. And there she is. And we'll jump right into it. So hurry up and load. I got a lot of mods, so it takes a while to load because of the fact that I have a lot of mods. And 1.49 is so new that, you know, we haven't the modders haven't fine-tuned everything yet. There we go. Excuse the train. Yeah, that is really bad timing on that train spot. Really is. So there you go. There's the truck. Okay, for some reason the camera won't back out anymore. There you go. She looks really good. Sorry for the jerking motions, but it won't go all the way back for whatever reason. I will fix what needs to be fixed when I'm not recording, but we will take her for a drive. We'll go ahead and turn on the truck. Maybe turn on some lights. And that triaxle is liftable. So you can lift it up That's what I mean by I don't do oversized signs on my bumper, because I don't always do heavy haul. And sometimes what I'm hauling doesn't require the triaxle to be down. So, no point in putting an oversized sign on the front of the truck if I'm not always doing oversized. So, oop. Alright, she looks good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the end of the build part of the video. Next, I will be doing the driving portion. So, hopefully we will see you then. You guys have a great day now. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Please consider giving me a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good day.